Hello, everyone. I'm Roden Unchained. We're back with episode 3 of Lazarus. I am digging this funky vibe with this show, and the world building is too surreal at points, and yet I just can't get my eyes off of it. And with these characters, it's Shinichirō Watanabe, Chad Stahelski joined from Adult Swim. Um, let's just jump into it, man. I don't know about you. Do you got anything to say?
Yeah, I'm curious to see who Elena becomes because they kind of alluded that she's the most dangerous possible wild card that they got. So I'm curious to see what she's truly capable of when pushed against the wall.
This is Chris now doing the
That's
narration.
what was going through my head when I first heard about
Yeah.
MAPPA. So obviously I jumped on it. Some people said that it cured the pain of a heartbreak. I thought, that's weird. How can a broken heart ever be painless?
Oh, a little backstory for her.
Honestly, can't even believe we're watching this. This has been in the works for so long.
There's 100,000 Skinners?
He's all over the place. Wow, get a load of that one.
Gross.
Someone's hacking the surveillance systems. Are they replacing all the faces with his?
Yes, and it's being done with precision. They've altered the polygon masks as well as the thermal imaging.
So what are you saying? Skinner is the one behind all this?
No way. I'm only aware of 3 hackers that can pull off a task like this.
And who are they?
Popcorn Wizard, Dr. 909, and Mad Screamer. Oh, that last one is me.
What?
Seriously?
There's a strong possibility one of the other 2 hackers is helping Skinner out. His name is Claude Klein. He was my mentor when I worked at the lab at my university. In the past, he was involved in some research projects with Skinner. We might be able to get some kind of clue from him.
Oh man, this sucks. Why do I have to get paired up with you?
I'm not a fan of you either. Just do your job, and I'll do mine.
Oh, come on.
Long way from home.
Yeah. Huh.
Wow.
This feels like
Mhm.
it is. Yo, that was the dude.
Yep.
That was the guard.
Where's your mentor?
They say he retired and they don't have any information on his whereabouts.
Oh yeah?
However, there's a rumor that he ended up on the streets.
Care to explain why you're so good at this?
Really? You think so?
You're just playing dumb.
The same could be said about you.
I'm not the one hiding anything.
Okay then, what did you do before you ended up on this team?
I traveled all over the world as a secret agent.
Yeah, right. Let's see here.
Really? I actually believe that.
Oh, nice.
That's plausible.
She's a good
It's
shot.
opened.
Cleaning
She seems
crew.
trained, to be honest.
Do you know a man named Jerry?
Ooh,
Hey, buddy.
she looks
The
rough.
guy you're talking to can't see anything.
Nothing of value.
Wait,
to
did that
us
look
here,
like
huh?
Skinner?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's no surprise.
That's why I was like, wait a
the
minute.
FBI and cops already swept this place.
Gotta say, this house
And
is
the fact that
pretty
he just
unremarkable
ironically
considering it's owned by a
blind.
Jill's the one who runs the show around this
That Joker
place.
looks like Shaggy
Jill?
from Scooby-Doo.
That's right.
Dude,
She's right
the
behind you.
color, the goatee, everything.
Oh my gosh, Axel!
Huh?
It's been forever. I'm so happy to see you.
Oh,
you.
they're a
You
girl
haven't changed a
now.
bit.
Thanks. And look at you, you're a woman now, Jerry.
Yep, I go by Jill now.
Well, I'm digging your new look, Jill.
Oh, you! Come here. Oh my, how many centuries has it been? I thought that you were back in the slammer.
Yeah, but then I got out again.
Another prison break?
Kinda.
You never learn. So, what brings you here?
We're looking for a man named Claude. I was told he's been seen somewhere around this area recently.
Listen, I'm a transgender woman with a record who's also gone through bankruptcy. Around here, that's not an uncommon story. Some folks were happy to hear the world is ending, even though you'll never hear them say it out loud. These people have circumstances that have led them here. So you have to understand that it's common courtesy not to go digging up anybody's past.
Well, back when I was an academic researcher, a guy said to me, there will never be a Black Einstein, and that it was impossible for people like us to win a Nobel Prize, no matter how hard we tried. Unfortunately, I ended up hitting him. That man was the dean of the university.
Wow.
I was kicked out of the academy for my actions.
Hmm.
But Professor Claude stood up for me until the very end. And to this day, I have yet to thank him.
Wow.
Show me his picture.
What's the matter, Professor?
That was a good scene.
Yeah, that is.
Queen to Bishop.
It's two different dynamics too, but it's the same.
The professor's gonna win. Oh yeah, it's
That's him. They found him.
Bishop to King, checkmate.
Is that you, dog?
It's been a long time, Professor.
Just cut all ties with him. But then as I watched him rise to prominence, it made me jealous. I desperately wanted to outdo him, to somehow leave my mark on the world. And that frustration drove me to falsify the results of my research.
Oh,
It led to the university firing me, and that's how I ended up here.
wow. Oh. Ooh.
No way! How's that fair?
Oh, right. I just remembered. This one time we got into a passionate discussion about baklava.
Baklava? Isn't that a Middle Eastern pastry?
Yes, Skinner told us that his grandmother Belinda made the best baklava in the world. He raved on about how magical the recipe was.
Got a
and no one could
location.
ever make it the same way.
His grandmother.
As I remember, he mentioned she lives somewhere in Istanbul. But I couldn't tell you if she's still around now.
Thank you, Professor. And I appreciate you standing up for me back then.
Oh, I got to thank him.
Oh.
No friggin' way.
So tell me, do you guys go way back?
No, we just met.
Well, as you can see, Axel is the type of guy who can easily make himself at home. Doesn't matter where he is, even prison. But then, before you know it, he just up and vanishes. I tell you, that one, he's a real mystery.
Just be careful who you try to swindle next time.
Damn.
Never come back here! Let's get out of here. You found your clue, didn't you?
Yeah.
See you around, Jill.
Come back soon, Axel. I'll be waiting for you, sweetie.
Ah, the cards. That's dope.
These titles could be just posters, just like
Yeah, they all look like epic posters.
No ID number, no tax records, and no social security. There's nothing coming up for Skinner's grandmother on any database under the name of Belinda.
Does she really exist? They finally made it here. Leland, what are you wearing? Well, you know, I figured it was best to blend in since they said it's not safe around these parts. Do you think it's working?
blended.
No,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
standing
sure it is.
out, bro.
Hey, hold up. Where are you going? I'm gonna prance around town for a while. Magic get their attention.
It's like Spike walking
We're
through.
dealing with targets who
TJ.
mask their traces, so I set up some float traps.
So in times like these, we run for it.
Oh god.
Hey, wait!
Oh no. Dang. Ooh. Ooh.
Let's go.
Yo, they are all going after them.
They had a gun right there, a machine gun.
It looked like it.
Here is your chamomile tea.
Ah!
Listen! The only reason we came here is to eat some of Grandma Belinda's baklava!
Baklava? Baklava? Belinda? Belinda? Belinda?
Well, don't just stand there. Come on in.
I'm sorry, Miss Belinda. We hate to drop in on you unannounced like this.
Those boys didn't mean any harm. They're just misguided. Well, here's the
Yo, look at
baklava
that.
you've been
Oh
craving.
my god.
Ooh. Eat as much as you'd like.
So sweet and tasty. Awesome.
Pace yourselves, boys.
We're secret agents.
Huh? Do you mean like James Bond?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh,
You can't say that. It's all right. We're all about transparency these days.
So, do you have a license to kill?
Of course.
Oh. Tragically lost both of his parents when he was little, so I stepped up to raise him in his mother's absence.
What was he like?
He was a normal little boy.
Do you remember the last time you talked to Skinner?
Let's see, about 3 years back. Yes, that's right. He sent me a video message. Wait here a moment.
3 years
They're not
ago.
moving.
When the Hopna started, right?
What are they wasting time on?
Hello, Belinda. So take good care of yourself until then. Bye for now.
I gotta say, that doesn't look like the kind of guy who would commit the world's worst massacre.
A fresh batch of my baklava is almost ready, boys.
Great!
Yeah, I need to get up out of there.
What is that?
Yo, Skinner. You see me in there? Remember this face. I'm coming after you. Your ass is mine.
They took the bait.
Who? Where?
I figured out where Dr. 909's hidden wallet is.
Hidden wallet?
Time to get wrecked.
Oh no, what is she about to do?
Folks, episode 3 of Lazarus has concluded, and I effing dug this one, dude. It was so this sounds so cliche, so hopeful, but it was just like just perspective of like, okay, everybody's freaking out and whatnot, but look at it from this angle, from those who are the lowest at the lows, and those who are close to Skinner and whatnot. I love this, and again, another mismatch of like Chris and Douglas now, and then it's Leyland and now Axel. I love that time we got to spend with knowing about Douglas's professor, the significance of that, and what Skinner's presence affected the professor in that way, and seeing how, again, Jill's perspective. I love that scene, and seeing Melinda now welcoming people who are looking for her grandson and being like, "Mi casa su casa." This is very hopeful, very soulful. Soulful is the right word. Soulful episode. I really dug it. How did you feel about it, Sam?
No, I thought this was really good. I think that with this one, you kind of get a core of kind of who the characters are. Not as much so Leland, but specifically Doug. I think that Doug paired with Axel was very interesting because you knew that their personalities were going to clash. But I didn't anticipate, the introduction of the professor. And also it's cool because you got to see how Axel functions, because you meet with somebody that he met in prison, and they did something that I don't know any anime or animation have done this, but they introduced a character that is transgender while also having a specific conversation about racial profiling and discrimination, and the perspectives of both sides and the respect level of what that actually means. That whole conversation, it was so seamless. It wasn't forced. And then I think later on, they had Axel have his scene where, he was playing basketball with the guy trying to, get over on him. But then you also had the scene where Douglas was able to meet the professor, see the professor in his element. I think the professor may be dealing with some stuff mentally, emotionally over the time, but he was able to finally tell him thank you. And I think it's just so interesting because the woman basically said to Douglas, like, you need to watch him because he's always going to leave no matter what. Like, he's always adapts very well, but he always leaves, which tells me something specific about Axel, that he some kind of way at some point was let down. Like, I'm not sure who let him down. I'm not sure if it was his parents, but anybody that's able to adapt anywhere but always leaves, they leave because they don't want to get tied down. They don't want to get hurt. And that's a great profile of a main character.